welcome to the weekend edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Tension is growing rapidly in the Middle East amid reports of an imminent Iranian attack on Israel. Reports say the US is deploying warships to the region to back Israel. President Joe Biden has said a major attack on Israel could come any time and urged Iran not to attack. The UK, Australia, India and the US have advised against visiting Israel, and Germany has told its nationals to leave Iran. Iran backs Palestinian group Hamas that is fighting Israel in Gaza and the Hezbollah organization that is based in Lebanon. Iran has called for revenge after an air attack destroyed its consulate in Syria earlier this month, killing a top commander of the Quds force. Israel is thought to be behind the attack, but it has not admitted responsibility. War fears in the Middle East have forced airlines to make long detours, increasing flying time to destinations in Europe. According to a flight tracking service, an Air India flight avoided Iranian and Israeli airspace on its way to London, which increased its flying time to the destination by 45 minutes. Reports in the media said services from India to the Middle East will not be affected. This week, Lufthansa and its subsidiary, the only Western airlines operating to Iran, called off services as a precautionary move. Reports quoting intelligence communities say direct clashes between Iran and Israel could break out as early as Sunday. India's Home Minister Amit Shah campaigned for votes in the far south of Tamil Nadu state. The minister staged a 1-kilometer roadshow in Takkalai town, where he urged voters to support the BJP's candidate Radhakrishnan, who is seeking re-election from Kanyakumari constituency. He faces incumbent lawmaker Vijay Vasant of the Congress party and Nazreth Pasilian of the AIADMK. Shah's campaign follows a series of visits by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Tamil Nadu this year, as the BJP aims to emerge as a significant political player in the state. Voting takes place in Tamil Nadu on the 19th of April, the first day of polling in the 7-stage national elections, which concludes on the 1st of June. A supporter of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the campaigner from Tamil Nadu is on a tour of India, seeking votes for the BJP in the national polls. Rajalakshmi Manda earned the nickname Bullet Rani because she is travelling on the Royal Enfield Bullet motorcycle to 280 constituencies across the country. She began her campaign in Madurai in February, which is expected to cover 21,000 kilometers, and she reached Kanpur this weekend. According to reports, Manda is the General Secretary in the Legal Rights Council, and her vision is to see Modi return as Prime Minister for the third time. In her unique journey, Manda has already touched most of the southern states, parts of the west and east of the country, and her campaign is timed to conclude on April 18th, on the eve of the Indian elections. Large crowds of devotees have been thronging the famous Meenakshi Amman temple in Tamil Nadu as it holds its biggest event, which kicked off this week. The Chittirai festival runs for 12 days and opened with the hoisting of the temple flag amid a series of prayers and rituals on Friday. The main deities of the temple, Goddess Meenakshi and Lord Sundareshwarar, were brought in palanquins, watched by thousands of worshippers. The climax of the festival is the celestial wedding of the deities, and devotees need a ticket to witness the event, which is rolled out online as well. During the event, female devotees pray for happiness in their own marriage, and unmarried women seek blessings to find the right partner. A massive chariot procession marks the conclusion of the festival later this month. The state of Jharkhand has burst into life as celebration unfolded during the Manda festival, an occasion deeply revered and steeped in spiritual significance. Devotees from diverse backgrounds across the state unite in a profound display of faith, undertaking a rigorous week-long fast and engaging in ancient rituals to honor Lord Shiva. Fervent celebrations commenced from the tribal heartlands to urban centers such as Ranchi. As night falls, the air thickens with devotion, as devotees take part in awe-inspiring acts of hanging over fire and walking across blazing embers, all in homage to their revered deity. The timeless tradition, passed down from generation to generation, exemplifies the unwavering dedication and collective spirit of the people of Jharkhand in their quest for divine favor. The Central Bureau of Investigation has said jailed BRS leader Kavita forced a businessman in Telangana state to pay bribes to secure liquor contracts in Delhi. In a statement to a court in Delhi, it said the politician pressured Sharath Chandra Reddy to pay 25 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party, which runs the Delhi government. According to reports, Reddy became an approver in the case that is being investigated by the Financial Crimes Agency, the Enforcement Directorate. Kavita has denied all the charges brought against her. She is the daughter of former Telangana Chief Minister Chandrasekhara Rao and one of several high-profile politicians jailed or under investigation in the liquor contracts case. A multiple stabbing incident at the bustling Westfield Bondi Junction Mall in Sydney has left 5 people dead. One report said the victim included a 9-month-old baby. The assailant was subsequently shot dead by a police officer who confronted him. The mall was locked down and people were urged to avoid the area, as the motive behind the attack remains unclear. The incident caused panic among shoppers, many of whom sought refuge in a supermarket. The sound of police sirens and helicopters filled the air as authorities worked to secure the area. Footage from security cameras showed the attacker wielding a large knife and injured individuals on the ground. The total death toll, including the attacker, is 6, and the incident is under investigation. The former head of UK Joint Forces Command has issued a warning, stating that Russia may defeat Ukraine this year. General Sir Richard Barron said there is a serious risk that Ukraine may lose the battle this year because Ukraine may come to feel it can't win. According to the general, why will people want to fight and die any longer when you get to that point? Ukrainian forces are severely lacking in personnel, ammunition, and air defenses. After last year's much-publicized counter-offensive failed to force the Russians out of territory they had taken, Moscow is again preparing for an offensive this summer. Russia is currently bombarding Ukraine with missile strikes on a daily basis, and the country lacks the air defense systems necessary to stop the deadly combination of ballistic, cruise, and drone missiles that are being fired in its direction. US officials claim that China is aiding Russia's war effort in Ukraine by providing drone and missile technology, satellite imagery, and machine tools, marking Moscow's largest military buildup since the Soviet era. The Chinese embassy in the US has denied the claim. The officials suggest that Chinese materials are filling critical gaps in Russia's defense production cycle, enabling Russia to undertake a rapid defense expansion. The officials also claim that China is helping Russia improve its satellite and other space-based capabilities for use in Ukraine, and that China is providing imagery to Russia for its war on Ukraine. They further allege that Chinese companies are supplying Russia with optical components for use in Russian systems, including tanks and armored vehicles, and are likely providing Russia with nitrocellulose to make propellants for weapons. Violence has escalated in the Palestinian enclave of West Bank during an Israeli search for a missing teenager, leading to a Palestinian man's death and 25 injuries in clashes with Jewish settlers. The violence started when Jewish settlers stormed Al-Mughar village. In separate incidents, Israeli forces killed 2 West Bank Palestinians, including a local Hamas commander. The violence in the West Bank has increased since the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza began on October 7th. The Palestinian Red Crescent reported that 8 of the injured were hit by live fire. It remains unclear whether the deceased Palestinian man was shot by a settler or an Israeli soldier. The surge in violence has led the US, UK, and France to impose sanctions on some settlers. The UN warns that nearly 55 million people in West and Central Africa face hunger due to soaring prices and a food crisis. The World Food Programme, UNICEF, and the Food and Agriculture Organization said that the number of people facing hunger has quadrupled over the last 5 years due to economic challenges like double-digit inflation and stagnating local production. Countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Mali are among the worst affected. The prices of staple grains have risen up to 100% compared to the 5-year average. The situation is particularly dire in northern Mali. The agencies also report alarmingly high levels of malnutrition among children, with more than 2/3 of households unable to afford healthy diets. The agencies call for investment in resilience building and long-term solutions, and the introduction of policies to boost and diversify local food production. Mask making is an art, which brought big fame for this award-winning specialist from Assam. Born in 1958, Hemchandra Goswami inherited the craft from his father and has since dedicated himself to preserving and promoting the ancient Assamese art form. Specializing in masks used in cultural, religious, and traditional plays, he employs organic materials and centuries-old techniques, such as bamboo sticks and natural colors like cow dung and clay. His masks, worn by stage artists in performances like Ramlila, also ensure the safety of performers from skin diseases. Beyond his own artistry, Goswami has tirelessly imparted his knowledge to others, providing employment opportunities and attracting both local and foreign students to learn this unique craft. Those were the top stories at this hour. Do join us, same time Monday, and have a great weekend.